Compared to 2019, the June quarter, it's only 5 points off where we were previously. Fuel prices are twice what they were. We're only restored at about 82% of our capacity relative to 19. So there's a lot of moving parts going on there, but you put it all together, it's a really, really strong quarter, and I'm very proud of the Delta people. Obviously, we had a fair bit of operational stress. The demand was record levels the month of June. We were at 104 compared to month of June 19. So monthly high of revenues of all times coming right out of the pandemic. We've taken all the steps that we need to with respect to the operations to improve the quality of the service. I think looking back on this last few months, it was clear that this is a business and an industry, not just Delta, that was starved for revenue for the last 2 years. On a material level, we hadn't seen revenue at this. And when spring came and the huge surge came, we all stretched ourselves to do everything we could to take in and capture as much of that revenue. We pushed too hard, and we scaled back a bit. We've got our constraints in place, and in July, we're running a great operation. For the first 11 days of July, we are at 99.2% completion rate. That's exactly the same completion rate we had for that same period in July of 19. And even more impressive than that, the last 7 days of that period, we only had 25 cancellations worldwide against over 30,000 departures. So the Delta team is stepping up. We're delivering, and that's promising for Q3 as we look forward.
You are capping your capacity for the third quarter at the June level. So clearly, you're not adding any more capacity. And I know you're doing better in the month of July, but there's going to be a lot of people who will look at Delta and the other airlines, and they'll say, you know what, this was 6 weeks from hell if I was flying. How can I have confidence that it will remain a solid operation in terms of the schedules being completed through Labor Day and into the fall?
Well, first off, throughout the pandemic, Delta was known as the airline of choice. It was the preferred airline. It was the highest quality, highest caliber airline amongst our consumers. We had a rough 6 weeks, no question about that. We're sorry for our customers. We've issued compensation and the appropriate level of apology. That said, we're going to get back because we already were there. We're there over the last decade. We're going to get back. We're already back. And you got to prove it. I'm not going to stand here and declare victory by any means. We're going to continue to work and make sure that the level of quality that we deliver coming out of the pandemic is not only at the same level, it's even better than it was.
You've been in some meetings with the Transportation Secretary, Pete Buttigieg, where he basically has said afterwards to the media, look, maybe we have to compel the airlines to hire people. We can do that as the federal government. Are those empty words, or did you come away from those meetings saying, we get the message, we've got the staff in place, and we'll have the staff in place so that we don't have to be compelled to hire people?
Yeah, it's not about hiring people. At Delta, we have hired over 18,000 people since the start of last year. We've been after this for a very long period of time. Today, we're at 95% of the staff that we were in 2019, despite only operating 82% of the schedule. So we have plenty of staff. It's a question of getting our staffing trained through the pilot training bubble that we're going through. It's flight attendants and mechanics as well. It's not just pilots. And making certain that we don't add any more capacity to the schedule until we have those resources fully prepared and fully ready to give customers what they deserve.
You mentioned the pilots. The informational pickets that were out there a few weeks ago, it has people saying, and we've seen this with a number of airlines that are in the midst of contract negotiations, it has people saying, does this drag on? Does there become labor stress within Delta or within the airline industry? What's your sense in terms of when this could be resolved in terms of negotiation on a new contract? Because it's been going on for some time.
Yeah. So from a consumer standpoint, the most important thing we can do is make sure we run a quality, high-caliber operation, and that's what we're doing. And candidly, some of the comments of the pilots, of the stress that they were feeling, were accurate. I mean, we were all feeling that stress as we went through these last couple of months. The best thing we can do is run a high-caliber operation. We're doing that. We're at the table. We're working really hard. There's 28 sections to the contract. We've already resolved 20 of them. The big hang-up over the last contract, which was in 2019 till now, is that we mutually agreed during the pandemic for 2 years to suspend talks. So we're back, starting talks now, and I'm confident that the Delta pilots, once again, will be the best compensated. They are the best in our industry, and they'll be the best compensated going forward, too.
Let's talk about booking trends. You guys have indicated they're strong, not just going into Labor Day, but into the fall, that you see strong demand there. International is an interesting market right now. You've seen the long lines at Heathrow. You've seen them at other airports there, and they're saying we're going to cap the number of people coming into Heathrow. Does this impact your international schedule at all, some of the changes that are being put in place by airports or countries in Europe?
Modestly. I think it's going to maybe impact a couple of our departures at Heathrow. We may have to suspend for a short period of time. You look at the European airports and traffic over there, and you compare that to the U.S. And yes, we had a tough 6 weeks, and we own that at Delta. But could you imagine if our government had not stepped in and provided the capital to the airlines to give to their employees, to keep our employees engaged, to keep the airport employees engaged? We'd have what's going on over in Europe at the present time. So it's going to take time. In Europe, the governments did not give them the capital. They did not provide that level of support. Many of their employees were let go and left, and they're having a really hard time getting them back. We're working very closely with our partners on the ground, making sure we're taking very good care of the Delta customers as we come through. It's going to take a while to get the European air traffic back on track. Delta, we're already back on track.
Is that a concern that it might force some people to say, I was thinking about a trip, whether to France, UK, wherever it might be, maybe I hold off on booking that trip this fall?
Book on Delta. You'll get there with your bags with a smile on your face.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.